Both Ken and I live in Hong Kong as well as in the US. And so we have seen and witnessed political changes. As you can imagine, now in America, in 2017, we are in a certain political climate in which especially the media is questioned, as well as what the media might represent or might not represent, whether news is real or fake. All of this is in Wild Boar, the play, written in 2012, though.
I happen to believe that the more specific a work is, the more universal it becomes. So yes, this is a work that's set in Hong Kong, and I think particularly in this English version at Silk Road, there's been a really fantastic effort and mission to portray Hong Kong visually and through the details and through the behavior of the characters. And I think that's fantastic, and I think it makes the play more universal. And what are the universal themes that resonate? Well, she wrote this in the mid-2000s, and it's about the government encroaching on journalists, on the free press, and on the media. And we now are living that situation here in America, so this very specific Hong Kong play has become an American play.
Initially, it was an idea of this is happening only in Hong Kong, and it's a speculative piece. It's a future, it's a sort of fantasy idea of Hong Kong gone wrong. And as we have progressed through that, Hong Kong has gone wrong, almost matching elements in the play step by step. By the time that we brought it to America, the idea was, well, it's not just Hong Kong. These things happen in the world. And the idea there was to present it in a way that would sort of take Hong Kong out of the picture and bring it into all countries that have problems with social dynamic and media and social dynamic against the media.
So I'm from Singapore, which is not the same as Hong Kong. We're not part of China. I have to put this caveat out there, but we have some kind of similarities, more similarities than with America, between how we approach journalism, the media, and freedom of speech. In Singapore, there is that same degree of censorship going on. I don't want to get banned from my home country by saying this, but for example, right now, the political climate in Singapore is a little fraught. So when I read this play, I see a lot of similarities in how censorship plays in, censorship at the financial level. Can you regulate people by saying, I'm going to impose these fees upon you if you want to say what you want? At the very overt level, where you say you're just not going to get a platform to say what you want. Or at the personal level, where you don't formally impose any kind of legislation or policy to stop people from saying something, but with the cultural climate around saying things, by creating social pressures not to say something, by having implicit threats like that, the government will have its eye on you if you say this thing. With all of these implicit pressures, people may just choose to self-censor, and that is actually the most effective form of censorship.
I think what's really powerful about Wild Boar is the way that Candace has managed to really fuse the personal and the political. So there are a huge number of issues that the play takes on that fascinate me. The role of media, the way in which we self-censor ourselves as writers, as journalists, what government redevelopment, urban planning, gentrification, all of those are topics that are fascinating and are incredibly relevant to our current lives. But she puts them into this kind of sexy love triangle frame. And so you are constantly watching this interplay between the sociopolitical and the personal, which I think is a great achievement of this work.